Have you ever felt that you are being watched or that your privacy has been invaded? Then you are being stalked. Stalking involves the invasion and meddling of the privacy of another person, causing emotional stress.
Ako po si Lynn Crizel R. Fulgencio, tinatawag po nila akong Kel. 20 years old na po ako ngayon. Nangyari po yun noon nung second year high school po ako. Nagsimula po kasi po, kapag kauwian namin, sabay-sabay po kami ng mga kaibigan ko pa uwi. Tapos po, hanggang sa merong kumakausap sa akin yung ibang tricycle driver, sinasabi po na, Lynn, sa akin ka na lang sumakay. O hindi lang po siya isang beses nangyari. Maraming beses po nangyari na niyayakag na talaga ako na sumakay dun sa tricycle niya, na sabi, dito ka na sa akin sumakay. Tapos yung way po nung pagtingin niya sa akin, hindi po normal. Worst na na-experience ko sa kanya, sinundan niya na po ako hanggang bahay. Doon po ko talaga natakot na talaga kasi hindi ko na po alam kung anong gagawin ko kasi po hinahintay niya ako sa kanto ng bahay namin. Doon nga po, pinipilit niya pa rin po talaga ako sa kanya na hindi ko alam kung ano yung intensyon niya sa akin. Nung nag-stalk po siya sa akin, almost 2 years po. Kasi from second year high school to fourth year high school po. Hindi ko po siya kinonfront kasi natatakot pa po ako nun. Kaya sinumbong ko na lang po siya kay Mami. Ang sabi po ni Mami na kapag hindi po talaga tumigil, papademanda niya na raw po, yung ganun. Doon na lang po gagawa ng action si Mami.
What laws protect people from being stalked? Which government agency handles cases of stalking? How can a person protect himself from being stalked?
Good evening. You are watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel. This show is about making the law work for you by giving legal advice on topics that matter to you. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno.
And I'm Attorney Nepomuceno. Tonight, we will discuss your legal rights on the issue of stalking, what you need to know about stalking, and what you need to do if you are being stalked.
Our guest for tonight is Attorney Claire Luxon, Global Secretariat for the Development Alternatives with Women for New Era. Good evening and thank you for being with us, Attorney Claire.
Good evening, Karen. Good evening,
Attorney Claire,
Rod.
good evening. Ayan, I won't say naman that this is something close to my heart.
Just because you've been a stalker
Have I been
before?
stalked? Or I was the one stalking.
Or a victim.
But you know, at one point in everyone's life, whether you're a man or a woman, you feel like you've been stalked.
And I think now with the advent of social media,
Exactly,
it is easier to stalk or become the victim of stalking, diba?
Yes.
Because even looking up information about someone else and watching them, what they do closely, that's stalking, diba?
Yeah, the problem lang is I guess what we need to determine today, Attorney Claire, is whether it is a crime or what makes it a crime, or is it just a civil, cause, no, that you can file a case. We'll discuss the different aspects of that. First of all, maybe define what stalking is.
Or let's start with Lynn. With what happened to Lynn. Is that stalking?
Well, it is stalking. You know, as we define what stalking is, it's obviously the tricycle driver was giving her unwarranted and obsessive attention, right? Unwanted attention. And the definition of stalking is just that. It's unwarranted and obsessive attention given by one person towards another. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, the situation of Lynn would not be criminalized because we don't have a stalking law. Okay.
And there are several bills, I understand.
Yes, there are several bills pending since several Congresses ago that have not been acted upon. She can, however, use other laws like for
what's the
instance,
closest?
unjust vexation. Which means
which is criminal.
Which is criminal.
Yeah.
Which means just irritating someone without just cause, and the penalty, however, is just 1 day to 30 days
Of
and
imprisonment.
5 of imprisonment
pesos,
and 5 pesos to 200 peso fine.
5 pesos, 200 pesos na fine. Yun yung baliwala. But
like,
at least
5
imprisonment
messages.
for 1 day to 30 days might at least teach the guy a lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, but you remember, Karen, that you don't actually, with that kind of penalty, a person doesn't really get to prison. You know, they don't
Yeah.
actually experience any prison time because then they can just apply for probation or whatever.
No, but where do you draw the line? Obviously, there are some people na, alaskador lang, or maybe you have a suitor who really likes this girl, and obviously, as they say, no, kung may tiyaga, may nilaga. So, you constantly try to, let's say, approach the girl and try to win her heart, and it might be construed as I guess, vexation or stalking. Where do you draw the line?
That's a good question, Rod, because just to lighten the topic, when my husband found out that we were going to talk about stalking today, sabi niya, that's great. You should share to everyone that you married a stalker, because that's actually our joke na ganun siya, because he was very persistent in texting and calling and asking me out. So
and you can say,
when
is it unwarranted?
Yes,
is it unwarranted
when
attention?
is it, when is it determination and when is it stalking?
Okay, that's so difficult. Anyway, I think the woman usually who is the victim, no, there are findings that stalking victims are usually women, 70 to 80%. No, at least in the U.S. they have the study that 70 to 80% of stalkers are men, and the victim are women.
Okay.
So now where do you draw the line? I think when a woman says no, we have to have that presumption that she means no. No presumption, like what we have in our culture and tradition, na no means pakipot, yes.
Or
you
ewan,
know.
di ba?
So I think when it's really clear to a person that the attention is unwanted, and it has been communicated in one way or another, I think it has to be respected, because we all have the right, to freedom from all this, harassment and disturbance of peace, freedom to right to peace of mind. So
No.
Attorney
go
Claire,
ahead.
I'd also like to ask, because we said that we have no law on stalking, but at least for those who are in relationships, we have the Violence Against Women and
Yes.
Children Act, which
Yes.
actually has a very specific provision on stalking.
Yes.
So maybe you can explain to our
Yeah.
viewers, kailan pwede ka talaga
Oo.
mapakulong
Ang
because of
problema,
stalking?
for instance, si Lynn, hindi niya magagamit yung RA 9262, because RA 9262, or the Anti-Violence Against Women and Children Act, applies only to people who have or have had an intimate relationship. Okay, so and then
So girlfriend, boyfriend,
or
husband, wife?
husband, wife, or one night stand,
Okay.
and even lesbian relationship is covered by RA 9262, so it applies, no?
So if I had lustful thoughts lang of you, hindi relation. Hindi it
An-
can't. I mean, I'm just
No,
I'm just
no.
being very factual here.
Yes,
If I
yes.
had pagnanasa,
Like an artista pinagnanasaan, no?
yeah.
No, that would not qualify.
I can't make use of the Violence Against Women.
No, you cannot. There has to
and
be a
children.
real, intimate relationship prior or at present.
So do you think there's kind of a gap really in the
Yes.
law, no?
For strangers.
For strangers,
strangers,
And it's
yes.
But
weird
at least
because,
for everyone, for all the viewers out there, if you have an ex-boyfriend or a current boyfriend,
Or
live-in
husband.
partner, or kahit husband, lalo na yung mga husbands that are undergoing a court case for annulment or legal separation,
Yes.
if they stalk their wives or their children,
Yes.
then they can be they can be imprisoned.
Yes, and the
Under the
penalty is
Vows.
6 years to 12 years,
Yeah.
which is
Yun ang mas
pretty
I
heavy,
think
you
and yun nga, if you have relations, then it's the Violence Against Women and Children's
Yes.
Act. Diba?
Yes,
Republic Act
that
260.
will be
But if you're
applicable.
not related, okay, let's go back to the stranger stalker. Okay, because we discussed vows here already before. The stranger stalker, what are the things that a person, or if I may rephrase it, what can be considered stalking? Let's say I'm prying, naninilip ako sa house ng neighbor ko, or ano yung, let's say in the civil code, I know that there are provisions regarding privacy, di ba? Para
Yes.
protection of privacy of people.
and
Yeah.
peace of mind.
So,
yeah. Well, because we don't have a law, no, we are free to define, what stalking is as
Okay.
wide as we can, no.
Yeah.
That's that's a good thing about not having a law right now. So, stalking, in fact, in reality, no, regardless of what the law says, would include not just following a person around. In fact, even RA 9262 says following a person directly or indirectly. So see, you can even do it through another person, or it can be through, well, we go back again to how we define stalking. You can include internet, stalking,
Yeah,
cyber
that's right.
stalking.
Cyberstalking, yeah.
You can include even just sending text messages or any kind of electronic messages that are unwarranted and all these things. So we can, we are at liberty right now to define it legally and to make it, reflect what is really going on out there.
All right. Okay, now we have a couple of questions, Attorney Claire, no, from our televiewers, and we have a question from Eman. For 5 years, my family has endured so much because of a certain person who keeps stalking my sister. He keeps calling our landline number, and we already asked the telephone company to remove our contact details from the phone book, and no matter how many times we've asked them to change our number, he has still found a way to call us. How else should we protect ourselves from this persistent stalker?
That's actually a very difficult question.
Di lang maniligaw to siguro?
Yeah. Assuming that they can identify that person, or can we assume that from the question, no?
Yeah.
Well, assuming that they can identify that person, then, and assuming that that person is not a previous partner in any way, so siguro, file for restraining order, at
On
least.
what case can they file? Criminal or civil?
A restraining order as an independent action, just to get a court order saying you have to stop this, and then if he doesn't, then you can, he can be held in contempt because there's no criminal action. As I've said, he'll be
This is civil
charged
action.
with unjust vexation, diba? It doesn't have imprisonment, so there, no, if they know that person. But again, we have to remember a restraining order is just a piece of paper. Okay? Hindi, lagi kong sinasabi, tatagos ang bala dyan. Okay? So, it's actually not, the problem is not legal, basically, mainly.
Or the
it's
solution is not
yeah,
legal.
it's
more of a security
issue. Yeah,
issue,
it's a
yeah.
So
security
probably,
issue.
yeah, we can say that
Maybe.
it's the solution
Yeah.
might not be legal, but for
Yeah.
them to take extra precautions.
I would say
Yes.
cut the
Get-
landline altogether.
Or
But then
get
she
security.
But
Yeah,
then she
yeah,
said that
security,
they know, he still gets to know the number.
Yeah, but I figured if
it's
you
a
cut the
security
landline,
issue.
just cell phone na lang, wala nang landline. Kasi, I guess that's a practical, kung if he always calls it landline.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's more of a security reason,
Yeah.
security problem rather than a
A
legal
legal
problem
problem,
per se.
yeah.
No? Unless he does something physical or talagang outright
Yeah.
evil, then that's the only time you can really
Yes.
file a case.
And
against him.
and right now there's no law
Yes.
anyway that would respond to it.
Okay. We still have a lot to discuss with our guest. Legal Help Desk will return after these messages. You are still watching Legal Help Desk on the Solar News Channel, and we are still joined by our guest, Attorney Claire Lukson, Global Secretariat for the Development Alternatives with Women for New Era. And we are now joined by Engineer Antonio Jimeno Jr., owner of the Cybercrime Forensic Investigation, Documentation, and Consulting Services.
Engineer, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Right.
You're not, by any chance, you're not related to Attorney Jimeno?
We met for the first time, but we're trying to trace nga. Sabi ko,
We're
baka
trying to
we're
trace.
somehow
Baka-
related.
So this we were talking about with Attorney Claire. We kind of touched on it already. Yung cyber stalking.
Yes. We
And
were kind of
yeah.
all in consensus na this is not just a legal problem, it's more of a security problem.
Yeah, that's why.
So we have now a security expert,
yeah,
yes.
who also happens to be in the 4th year of law. Diba?
Yes.
So you're malapit ka na maging
Malapit.
lawyer. So
Sana.
what are your thoughts on the cases that were mentioned? Yung mga first yung incessant calls on the line, no? The landline, and then after that yung text nga yung mga on a prepaid SIM. What are your thoughts on that? Anong pwede nilang remedies and courses of action?
Or paano mo malalaman identity? Because
Yeah.
kanina yung nagtanong ng question sa amin, si Tony, sabi niya, chinek niya na dun sa service provider and they can't do anything daw because prepaid.
Well, actually, yun naman ang unang sagot ng mga service providers. In fact, kahit naman sa mga cases ng online payment, yun ang sagot nila agad. No? But if you course it to the right channel, mas makikita mo yung solution that even the telcos themselves will provide. No? For example, lahat tayong gumagamit ng cellphone, yung mga cellphone natin may mga IMEI or electronic serial number na naka-embed mismo dun sa cellphone. Therefore, malalaman kagad ng telcos kung ano yung cellphone na ginamit ng isang particular na prepaid SIM card. At kung pinalitan nila yung prepaid na yun, binalik nila yung regular SIM card nila, malalaman na nila kung sino talaga yung gumagamit nun.
Ay, yun yung, if that's assuming na yung nagpalit ng SIM card has a postpaid line. Pero kung prepaid lang
na lang
yung
siya.
ginagamit niya, is there a way to trace your
oo,
identity?
kasi yung postpaid line niya, ma-identify dun sa electronic serial number ng cellphone na ginamit niya.
But if he's using
Pag parehong prepaid.
parehong prepaid, I have my regular prepaid, and then I use this prepaid to cyberstalk someone.
Pagka halimbawa ako yung stalker, no, ginamit ko yung cellphone na yun, tapos I use one SIM card na prepaid para mag-stalk ng tao. Then ginamit ko the same cellphone for my another prepaid
Your regular
SIM
regular
card.
prepaid SIM card.
Yeah, prepaid SIM card para naman i-text yung mga kamag-anak ko, doon ako matitrace.
No, come on.
Matitrace ka
Kaya,
pa rin.
kaya ang rule dyan talaga, pag gagawa ka ng kalokohan,
About
dapat
cellphone.
yung cellphone na yun ay para lang sa kalokohan na yun.
Oh, okay.
Your kalokohan phone, bale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ganun din sa laptop pagka gusto mong
But
mang-hack.
Engineer Tony, how can they trace the identity of this person kahit prepaid? Paano?
Makikita kasi yung conversation eh. Actually, nakasave lahat yan. Yung mga conversations.
Sa
niya.
mga
Now, will
service
they go to-
provider.
Will they go to the service provider, the telco, or let's say to NTC? Where do they go?
First, pupunta muna tayo sa NTC. Kaso sa NTC, ang remedy lang na makukuha natin doon, i-disable yung cellphone. The phone itself. Not only the SIM card, no?
Okay.
Ibig sabihin, pagka na-disable na yung phone na yon, hindi na siya pwedeng gamitin sa ibang SIM card.
Okay.
That's one
He has to buy
remedy.
another phone
Oo.
to cyberstalk you.
Yes,
diba?
pero hindi yun ang remedy para alamin kung sino yung person behind
Okay.
that prepaid SIM card. No?
Okay.
That's one fact. Ang gagawin naman, pwedeng mag-request ang NTC para doon sa identity naman ng tao. Sa telco na yung request. Pero kailangan na talaga ng lawyer nun.
Attorney
Hindi.
Claire, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask now, since we're talking about forcing either the NTC or the service provider, kung nakasave naman pala yung conversations, and you're trying to ask for help in finding out the identity of a person. If the service provider refuses to help, kasi yun nga yung kadalasan sagot nila, hindi namin matitrace yan, what can you do to force them to help you?
Yeah, I think in cases like that, we now have to go to court to get a court order as a BINA, no, para i-release nila yung, that kind of information. So I'd like to also relate an instance when one of our clients, no, who was a victim of abuse, parang tumakas siya, no, sa asawa niya. So she was advised by a person who's so knowledgeable about security that not to use her cell phone anymore, no, even if she changes her SIM, no. And in fact, sabi niya, if you're going to Mindanao, send that cell phone over to, say, Ilocos, no, to mislead.
To throw off.
Yeah, to throw off the,
okay,
because
so
it's not the SIM card, it's a cell phone,
Yes.
according to engineer, no?
Now, is it true? Now, here's the thing. Stalking kasi is usually ang view natin of stalking is physical stalking when you're following someone. But let's say, and this will be kind of congruent or similar to wiretapping. Let's say, are there mechanisms where you can actually eavesdrop on someone's text messaging and calls?
Yes.
There-
Actually, the
and
technology
is that
is
cyber,
already available.
the technology is
Yes,
available. Okay.
the technology
so
is
hindi
available.
lang born identity yan na type of
Yes.
technology. There is that type.
Kanina, before we started the show,
Yeah.
Engineer Tony was showing me this device. Do you have it with you, Engineer?
Yeah.
It's a small device that
Okay.
you can put into someone's here.
So-
Maybe you can explain it, Engineer Tony.
Well, itong device na to, it acts as a cellphone.
Okay.
Auto-answer.
Alright.
So you just have to call it, yung SIM card na ilalagay natin dito, tapos mag-ring siya ng 3 times.
Okay.
Then pagkatapos nang sasagutin na niya, without any vibration, without any ringtones. So pag sinagot na niya, activated na yung microphone niya, maririnig mo na yung paligid.
So,
You mean pag sinagot nung device.
Nung
It's not the
device.
person. So if you
Yeah.
can sneak that in
In your bag,
to
for
the bag
example.
of,
Oh, yeah.
for instance, my bag,
Yes.
you can then start hearing all my conversations.
Yes.
and that's effectively wiretapping, and in a way, to some extent, kind of cyber stalking din yan, di ba?
Yes.
Like mobile stalking. Now, okay, now that we know that these things are possible, ano yung remedy dyan.
Preventive,
Let's
preventive
say,
measures.
let's say I know for a fact that someone did tap my phone and tap my conversation and my text messaging or my BBM messages or whatever. And let's say I know for a fact. And
Well,
what
number
is
one,
my-
may mga indications kasi talaga kung malalaman mo kung na-stalk ka, no? Kasi for sure, yung nag-tap sa cellphone mo will let you know na alam niya yung mga text messages mo.
Yes, correct. correct.
Kasi yung isang behavior, yung isang quality kasi ng stalking, yung mag-instill siya ng fear dun sa target niya, no?
Yeah.
At magagawa niya yun kapag yung alam niya or alam mo na yung text messages mo walang dapat makaalam, and yet fino-forward niya sa'yo lahat ng messages mo. So isang way na ng stalking yun.
Okay. So that could but again, the criminal case that you can file against him, wala tayong currently kasi yung stalking bill nandiyan pa sa di ba?
Yes,
Sa
pero
Senate
pwede
and
siyang
the House bill.
pumasok sa Anti-Wiretapping Act.
Anti-wire.
Violation
Okay.
ng anti-wiretapping.
Pwede. Okay.
Especially kung ni-record niya yung conversation. And alam ko naman pag sinabing conversation, not only the verbal conversation, but also the conversation via text messages or even MMS. Magpo-fall siya under ng category ng conversation.
And there's also the e-commerce act.
Yeah.
No? It punishes hacking. The imprisonment is 6 months to 3 years and 100,000 fine.
What about under the cybercrime law, Attorney Claire? Is there any violation under that law?
There's none there that I saw. It's in the e-commerce act.
Okay.
Would you know, I know you're a proponent for the cybercrime law, no? Especially on the
Well,
libel.
more dun sa illegal access. Kasi pagka tinap mo ng isang cellphone, para ka nang nag-tap na rin sa telco. Kasi facilities nila yung ginagamit mo. So, pwede siya mag-fall doon under the cybercrime law.
Okay.
Na mayroong illegal access nun sa telco. No?
I see. All right. We have a couple of questions pala from our televiewers, and we'd like to answer them with your help, of course. And this question is from Jane. I have a stalker who created a fake Facebook page account or Facebook account using my name and personal photos. The stalker even added my friends as contacts to this account. How do I stop her or him from doing this? I already reported this account to the admin of Facebook, but it's not enough, especially since I don't know who the stalker is, and it's so easy to make another account. Yan. Ano yung remedy dyan?
Well, number one, kailangan i-define muna natin yung nature ng crime. No? Dito kasi sa mga fake identity or identity theft, we call it reverse stalking.
Reverse stalk.
Kasi sa stalking, meron kang target na gusto mong sundan. So, identified mo siya at ikaw may ibang identity na separate and distinct from your target. Okay? Dito naman sa reverse stalking, inassume mo yung identity niya. For purposes of gathering more information. Sa mga kamag-anak na ina-add mo, mga classmates niya na ina-add mo, mga batchmates niya, office mates niya na ina-add mo, then in the process, nakakuha ka ng info.
Yeah.
Kaya reverse stalking siya. Tapos gagamitin mo na yung info na yun laban dun sa target mo. Yun. Ang pinakamagandang solution dyan, number one, pag mag-open ka ng Facebook account, gamitin mo yung true name mo.
True name.
Kasi pag magko-complain ka with Facebook, kailangan patunayan mo na ikaw may-ari na account na yun. So either you send them a copy of your password o kaya any government IDs. Ngayon, pag nakita nila na ikaw talaga yung nagko-complain at yun ang ginawa ng fake na Facebook account, tatanggalin ng Facebook yan. And then second remedy, may choice sila doon na ibibigay sa yung IP address nung nag-create ng fake Facebook account na yun.
For you to find out the identity.
Yes.
Ano, nangyari na sa akin. So apparently, I've been a victim of reverse stalking. Ngayon ko
Really?
lang natutunan
Wow.
yung term.
Oh,
But someone made a fake Twitter account of me using my name and then my photos and kinukuha from online, pinapalitan. But this person kept tweeting before, pretending to be me.
Yeah.
So
Tsaka isa
I
pang
had to
remedy,
do that,
Attorney
yung
Karen.
prove that it was really me
Yeah.
because I did not use my full name before.
So you-
Tama
you-
si
So you go
engineer.
to which government agency?
No. Direct
I
ka
had
sa
to go
Facebook.
yes.
na.
Ako, I had to go directly to Twitter and ask them to
Okay.
Yes.
pull down this account to close
So
that
this one is this type of, well, we can't call it a crime. No? This kind of actions, hindi mo pa, you can't go to the police, you can't go to the NBI, you can't
Not
go
yet.
to NTC. No?
Not yet. Pero eventually, dun ka rin pupunta. Kasi by the time na binigay na sa'yo ng Facebook yung IP address, ang next na gagawin mo is puntahan mo si telco. Kung yung IP address na yun ay kay Bayantel or Globe or Smart, so malalaman mo. Then ang next step na doon, kausapin na yung telco kung sino naman ang may-ari ng IP address na yun. If it is a postpaid account or a prepaid account or an internet cafe. Yun
Okay.
naman
And
ang
then that's when you
pinaka-
can file a case against the person.
Yes, pagka na-identify. Pero ang isang importante pa na wag nating kalimutan, pagka naging victim ka ng identity theft, wag mong i-disable ang yung Facebook account. Kasi pag disable mo yan, somebody else will take yung identity
Your
mo.
identity.
Tapos tutuloy niya lang.
I
So
see.
maganda, i-retain mo yung talagang Facebook account mo, pero baguhin mo yung pangalan mo doon. Lagay mo na yung totoo mong pangalan.
Para
And
hindi
then file a
naman ito.
complaint with Facebook.
Okay, those are very helpful tips.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Danielle. I have a stalker who infiltrated all of my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Even my email address was hacked. By hacking into these accounts, she has spread all sorts of gossips about me, my family, and friends. This has caused me and my family serious distress. I know who my stalker is and I want to file a case against her. Does the country already have a law punishing cyber stalking? I guess this is...
Okay.
Unfortunately, wala pa tayong batas para sa cyber stalking, no? As far as that case is concerned. No? Pero ang importante lang dyan na malaman ng victim, saan nag-spread yung bad news or mga
Saan
negative
nag-spread?
articles. Yeah. Nag-spread ba to within yung circle lang ng account na yon o nag-spread ba siya sa Google? Kasi pag nag-spread siya sa Google, every time you type your name in the Google search engine, lilitaw doon for negative. Pwede naman siyang burahin. Ang process na gagamitin mo is online reputation management para burahin lahat ng negative articles yon. Ngayon, kung doon naman within the Facebook account nag-circulate yung mga bad articles, you can simply request Facebook na i-down yung...
Yung sa Google, you can also request Google to help you clean up?
Dalawa. Number one, habang nire-request mo yung Google, kasi matagal mag-reply si Google, it will take you about 3 to 6 months bago ka makakuha ng initial response. Okay? And then, ang problema pa sa response na yun, yung technical people nila is from Finland din. So, sabihin pa nila, you coordinate with Finland. So, ang tagal ng process. So, habang nagko-complain ka kay Google, binubura mo na rin at the same time.
But your reputation is already being shot. It's already getting
oo.
hit, di
Kaya
ba?
nga dapat mabura mo na siya doon sa search engine.
And Attorney Claire, so
Yes.
you mentioned earlier, hacking by itself can be punished
Yes.
under the E-Commerce Act.
Yes.
Ano pa yung pwedeng i-file
Well, the
dito?
case of Diane, no? Was that? Okay. Ano siya? Obviously, it's libel. You know, we use the old-fashioned, law against libel. So,
So-
because it's
Kasi
spreading.
sinisiraan
no?
siya,
Sinisiraan
yes.
na siya in public. You know,
Now,
there-
now
there's,
obviously, does this is this addressed, this cyber stalking? Is it addressed in the cybercrime law that you're espousing and pushing forward?
Partly,
Partly,
sa
yeah.
online libel. Doon sana siya mag-fall. Pero gusto namin sana ma-incorporate siya sa batas natin yung cybercrime kasi ang libel under the revised penal code, kailangan yung venue is dun sa place ng commission ng crime or any elements ng crime na yon. Ang problema, pag ang victim ay taga Cebu, tapos ang stalker niya o yung gumagawa ng mga kalokohan na yun is from Tondo, so ang venue natin ngayon is Tondo. Kaya nga sabi ko, kung ginawang special law yan, gayahin natin yung kagaya ng IR, ng illegal recruitment, na nasa victim yung choice ng venue kung saan niya ipafile.
Oo. Kasi
Kaya-
lugi naman siya kung yun
Oo.
ang
Yeah.
nang
Oo.
sa stalk sa kanya is nasa Mindanao pala. Tapos siya
Yes.
taga Luzon.
That's the
It's
yun
hard,
yung difficulty
diba?
because
Yeah.
it's in cyberspace nga. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have left. We would like to thank our guests, Attorney Claire Lukson of Dawn and Engineer Antonio Jimeno Jr. of the Cybercrime Complaint Center for being with us tonight. I'm Attorney Rod Nepomuceno.
And I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno. If you have any questions regarding our topic for tonight, please message us on either our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Join us again next Monday as we discuss your legal rights. Good night.